Everybody, welcome back to my channel, and finally welcome back to another edition of What to Do Wednesday. Now I know I haven't filmed one of these What to Do Wednesday tutorials in quite some time, and I'm sure you guys can guess that judging and looking from the videos on my channel, I've been trying to mix up the type of videos that I upload on a weekly basis. And last week I actually uploaded a review on the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour full coverage foundation, and if you haven't seen that review, stop this video right now, stop it, just stop it right here, go ahead and watch that review and then come back to this one. So I received this message on one of my social media handles some time back, and I can't remember which one it was, but usually whenever I get a message about a particular makeup look, I would usually take note of it. And the person actually wanted me to create the Annalise Keating makeup look. And I don't know if anybody really pays attention to makeup on TV. I'm the type of person that actually, I zoom in and I check everything out. And I actually really loved the makeup that Viola Davis wears for her character, Annalise Keating. She's always wearing like really dark eyeshadows, mostly black, of course, and then there are times when she would implement hints of gold in it, but the majority of time she actually wears a lot of black eyeshadow. And because she has all that chocolateness going on, she's like a big brick of dark chocolate, she just looks amazing. So I was really excited about creating this look right here. So without further ado, if you want to see how I created the Annalise Keating / Viola Davis inspired makeup look, then please stay tuned. Okay, I am obviously going through some sort of tragedy as to why I can't remember to introduce myself at the beginning of these videos. So if you just so happen to be stopping by for the very first time, first of all, thank you so much for being here, and my name is Donella, just like it says so down in the description box. Now for this tutorial, what I did was I really tried to implement as many drugstore brand products as I could, the brands that are more so in the drugstore brand price range. So what I'm doing here is that I'm carving out, or I'm sculpting out my eyebrows using two pencils. One is a Revlon ColourStay in the shade Black Brown, and the other one is the Maybelline Expert Brow Pencil, and this one is in the shade Brown. And one of the very first things I realized with Annalise Keating is that her eyebrows are not a super dark color. They're really more so on the light side. So I really wanted to stay true to the actual makeup look. So that is one of the reasons why I use so much of that Maybelline pencil. Now, still in the drugstore brand price range, I'm going to be taking this concealer, the LA Girl Pro HD Conceal. What is this called? I have no idea. But like always, I'll put the name of each product that I use down in the description box. And I don't normally do this much work when it comes to sculpting out my eyebrows, especially going on top and kind of leaving that halo thing. Like, I feel like halo eyebrows should have been left back in 2016, but because I really want my eyebrows to actually show, and I use a really light pencil, I really had to go in with the concealer. But of course, afterwards I just blended the entire thing out with my fingers and a very, I don't know what type of brush it is, but there's this little mini brush that I use to blend out my concealer below, not usually on top, but usually below my my eyebrows. Oh, there it is. There it is. And we have our Annalise eyebrows on. So next, I'm going to take that same concealer, the LA Girl concealer in the shade Toast. And Toast actually went a little bit, well, not a little bit, a lot on the neutral side. So you can actually see that little grayness going on above my eyebrows, which I actually hate. But I'm going to be taking that and using that as my eyeshadow primer for this look, because, I actually, one of the great things about these concealers is that they hold your eyeshadow in place like for hours. I'm just going to take a big concealer brush and just blend everything out. So now we have arrived at the most exciting part about recreating this entire makeup look. Well, at least it was for me, and it was getting a chance to recreate Annalise Keating's very standard smoky eye that she wears throughout the entire How to Get Away with Murder series. And the first two colors I'm going to go in with is the two colors from my Melt Cosmetics eyeshadow stack, the darker matte stack to be exact. And the first color I'm going to go in with is this brown shade, and this one is called Rott. And then right after that, by the way, I'm using Rott as my transition in color. I'm going to go in with that very matte black shade. That one is called Darker Matte. And what I'm doing here is basically dragging it halfway up on my lid, because if you pay close attention like I do, Annalise Keating is at her makeup look, actually her black eyeshadow that she wears is actually like halfway up on her lid, and then her makeup artist actually smokes out the end of it. It's almost like you're creating a winged liner, but you're not using the usual typical and standard like gel liner or liquid liner or whatever. You're just basically using a matte black eyeshadow to create the look, and I absolutely loved it. I actually had fun creating this, and it's not a really precise wing. It's very smoky and feathery, so yeah, I definitely had fun creating this. Next, I'm going to go into my Maybelline and Makeup Shayla City Mini palette, and I'm taking this very bronzy, golderish, did I say golderish? I meant goldish color, and I'm packing that on the rest of my eyelid. Now, I don't know if anybody pays attention like I do, but in some episodes, I realized that Annalise was wearing just a small hint of, gold on her, just a small smidge of sparkle on top of her eyelids. So that's the look that I actually wanted to recreate. And I did realize that the sparkly color, or the gold color, I should say, did I just say sparkly color? The gold color actually had some fallout on top of the black. So I eventually went back over with the black just to make sure, just to clean up the area a bit and to make sure that the black was actually popping. Next, I'm going to go in with another drugstore brand, and this one is the L'Oreal Voluminous liquid liner. I hope I pronounced that word correctly. And what I'm doing here is actually applying a small line as close as possible to my natural lashes, because I am going to be applying some Demi Wispies. If anybody pays attention, once again, Annalise Keating actually wears some very flirty looking Demi Wispy type false eyelashes, and of course I had to recreate that look as well. And now that we are halfway complete on the eye, I'm going to go in with my Milani pore filling face primer, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face before I apply my foundation. Now, looking at Annalise Keating's makeup, she never looks overdone, she never looks too matte, and she never looks too dewy. It's almost like that bridge where matte and dewy meet. So I decided to use my CoverFx Natural Finish foundation, because that actually has that type of semi-matte, semi-dewy finish to it. And what I'm doing here is just doing my usual, apply it with my fingers all over my face, and then I'm going to take my beauty blender and blend out my foundation. For my highlight, I'm going to be using the black Opal Total Coverage Concealing Foundation, and this one is in the shade Carab. Yes, this is in fact a concealer and foundation in one. Now, from the series, Annalise does not wear a super bright highlight. She always wears something that's closer to her skin's complexion. So as you guys can see, this is actually really close to my skin's complexion, and I really wanted to stay true to the actual makeup look. And I also wanted something that has the same finish as the CoverFx foundation. It's not too matte and it's not too dewy. It actually almost meets at the same bridge as the CoverFx foundation. Next, I'm going to go in with another product from Black Opal, and this is their foundation stick, and this one is in the shade Ebony. And I'm just lightly tapping it around the perimeter of my face, just to bring back a bit of dimension. And I didn't really want to go in with a super strong contour, because she doesn't really wear a strong contour in the series either. So I just went in with my beauty blender and just blended out as much as I could. And to set the highlight in place, I'm going to be using my Sacha Buttercup powder, and I'm just going to lightly tap it in with my damp beauty blender. I'm not going to be baking, I'm going to literally just tap it away until it actually melts into my skin. Next, I'm going to go in with another black Opal products, and this one is their oil blocking powder. And I'm just going to take this and lightly dust it over my entire face just to get rid of some of the shininess that's going on. Now, this is actually a universal touch-up powder, but I use it as an all-over face powder just because, you know, it doesn't have that white cast and there's no camera flashback. Next, going back into that matte black eyeshadow from the Darker Matte Stack, I'm just going to take a bit of it and drag it below the bottom area of my eyes. And I'm going to take this, I don't know, this no-name brand black pencil and just line my waterline area. And I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Mascara and just try to pull out my bottom babies that are practically non-existent. But you know, there are some mascaras that make them come alive, and the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot is one of them. Okay, so to complete the look, now Annalise actually wears a lot of like mauve and deep burgundy and brown lipstick shades. I decided to go somewhere between like a burgundy and mauve type of color, and I'm using this product from L'Oreal. It has like a double-ended thing. There's like a primer, and then there's a liquid lipstick on the other end. And if I'm not mistaken, please don't quote me on this because I always get these things wrong. Please check the description box. I think this shade is called Violet Parfait or Chocolate Parfait. Then again, everything is chocolate for me, so I might actually get the shade wrong. But I'm thinking it's more violet. Because of the shade, it looks like it's Violet Parfait. But check the description box. Okay, Ayo, so this is probably my first and only makeup tutorial that I won't be applying any sort of highlight. Like Annalise does not wear highlight in the in her makeup look in How to Get Away with Murder, but I did want to add just a small smidge of color and shimmer to my cheek area. So I took my Beauty Bakery Coffee and Cocoa palette and just added a small bit of antidepressant to my cheek area just to complete the look. Alright guys, so that is it for this Annalise Keating inspired makeup tutorial. If you happen to have enjoyed this tutorial, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up on your way out. And please be sure to drop me a comment and let me know what you want to see next on this channel. And also, before you leave, please be sure to click that subscribe button. Until my next upload, I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye bye.